Dog in the trunk.
I'm back. Rhodes Rants on Star Wars. Star Wars Resistance Season 2 has been announced, and it is also the final season. Why didn't this series work, right? I'm going to tell you this. I don't automatically hate everything Star Wars that comes out, okay? I tried to give this series a legitimate shot. I watched the first 3 episodes, and then I tried to watch episode 4 about 7 different times. And it just wasn't interesting. The characters did not capture you enough, did not draw you in. The animation was the worst I have ever seen. For a Star Wars show for sure. Rebels and the Clone Wars was so far superior to this show. And I know they said it was for kids, but for some reason it didn't resonate with kids either. And a lot of it's got to do with story. Sequel trilogy characters. I kind of watched it because Poe was in it, and then when he wasn't in it, there wasn't a hook. They say that you have to have a hook to bring you in. There was nothing saying I had to watch Star Wars Resistance. Like, Rebels had characters that you cared about, okay? Kanan Jarrus was an awesome Jedi, okay? He was kind of cool. He was almost like a Luke, Obi-Wan, Han hybrid. He had a blaster. He had his lightsaber. He was sort of a smart ass like Obi-Wan and Han. So he was my hook into Rebels, okay? I wanted to watch Rebels because Kanan Jarrus was my dude, okay? And every show has to have a character that is your dude or female, whatever. You get my point. Resistance didn't have any of those characters at all. There was no literal dude to attach yourself to and draw into. The Mandalorian's already got a dude. The Mandalorian, okay? So they don't have to worry about that. But the new characters in Resistance were extremely poorly written and poorly developed, which was surprising because Dave Filoni was involved, but he didn't write any of this, okay? He was like over animation and something, which is still, yikes, Dave. There was no hook for this series. For Rebels, some people got the hook from, they got into Ezra, okay? And also, the time period in which Rebels was set in, that time period between Sith and Rogue One, I've said that's why Cassian Andor will end up working, because the time period is a juicy Star Wars time period, okay? You're going to see things that you are familiar with. You could see characters reoccurring that you know and that you have seen and that you have a connection to, okay? Even the main characters of Resistance, for example, let me just say a side character from A New Hope that was in the movie for 30 seconds, Walrus Man. That's how I know him, Walrus Man. And then you see him in Rogue One for 30 seconds, and you're like, oh, yeah. And in 30 seconds, you're drawn into Walrus Man more than you are any character in Resistance whatsoever. Okay? And that's the problem. Resistance didn't have a hook. It lacked no character to draw you into the story and make you want to watch week in and week out. And every time I kept trying to watch episode 4, I was like, I don't give a damn about any of these characters in this show. They made the good guy a bumbling idiot. And I don't want to watch a bumbling idiot. I'm a Han Solo fan. I want to see somebody cool on screen. Okay, Kanan Jarrus, right? There was no hook. The characters have to be interesting. This is, sequel trilogy aside, this is a great example for Disney that you have to have interesting characters for something to work. Resistance did not have them, and your show died. If you like Star Wars Resistance, if you hate it, whatever, you tell me in the comments. If you didn't watch it, or if you tried to watch it and quit, tell me in the comments. What do you look for in a show? I say there has to be at least one character that you resonate with, something that pulls you into you want to see how their story evolves. They could have taken every one of those pilots and crashed them into the sea, and I wouldn't have cared. That's the problem. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.